World War II was raging, and two of my uncles were fighting in the South Pacific against the Japanese. I disliked the Japanese and I disliked the Germans. They were the wickedest people on earth. How could they even stand themselves? So I was in utter disbelief when my father announced that Monday morning a busload of German prisoners of war would come to our farm and work in the fields. They had arranged with the government to let them come and do that because all of our young men were away fighting. Believe me, I was on the back porch when that bus came in, and after they were in the fields hoeing beets, I hid in the ditch, and I just slid along in that ditch and listened to them and watched them, and I couldn't understand what they said, but they were joking with each other, laughing, and I thought, how can this be? They are such mean people. How can they be so happy? Well, every day when that bus came through our barnyard, I was on that back porch watching for them. And soon some of the prisoners started waving at me. And one time I even shocked myself by waving back. And instead of hiding in the ditch, I would just sit on the ditch bank and slide along as they were doing their hoeing. Then the prisoners over the week started showing me some of their pictures of their families, and I couldn't believe it. They looked so happy and so normal, and how could it be they were such mean people? But the picture that did it for me was when the one prisoner of war showed me a picture of his family, and he had a little girl that was about my age, and it was her birthday. And she had a big birthday cake, and they all looked so happy, and they had their arms around each other. So that evening, I talked to my dad about it. How could this be? These men are supposed to be so mean, and yet they seem so good. And then my father taught me this wonderful principle, that the world is filled with good people. There are more good people than bad people. But some people live in countries where they have bad leaders that brainwash them or make them go to war. But overall, the world is filled with good